Hi guys, Thor here again, winner of the Loop Video Challenge 2012, where you might remember I won the Cross S1, the newest system from Loop. They were also kind enough to send me the Evotech 5.7 reel. Went to the shops today, got some backing put on there, and I think it's time for me to share with you the knotless knot joining backing to your fly line or running line. So here we go. Alright guys, so here's a list of things you're going to need for this task. It's the glue that comes with any waders you buy these days. It's just typical wader repair glue. There's the needle, the bobbin threader, and not to forget the this bastard thing over here, which is called a dubbing needle. And of course the key ingredient is a little bit of braid. Alright, so the first thing you're going to want to do is take your braid, make your loop like so, giving you a loop you can use to put your fly line through. Put your fly line through there, take about half a meter, give or take. Tighten up your braided loop. Tighten that up pretty well. Hold on tight and then strip down the core. And you'll see that just comes off. Take your needle and put it through where the core meets a line. Like so. You'll see that that's just in there. And then push the core up a little bit onto the needle until the needle pops out. Then take your threader and you can begin threading this through your core. You do this by putting the threader into the hole that you have made with the needle. Then you're able to thread about 10 to 15 centimeters up onto the threader itself, and that'll look something like that, and then you take it out over here. Once you've taken it out, it's time to introduce the underline or the backing. It's quite a simple process. You just put that through the bobbin weaver or the bobbin threader and you pull it through the inner core. Very simple. And you just pull it all the way through, and don't be scared, it's underline, it doesn't cost much, so just take as much as you need. And then it'll look like so. I've got my underline running through the core of my fly line. And I have a tag end out here which is fairly long, but that's not a problem because we're going to cut that off anyway. Then it's time for the next step, whereby you take your dubbing needle and you do the same thing you do to the core, only you do it to the underline this time. Now bear in mind we are threading in the direction of the fly line. Here is the tag end of the running line, and that is going to go through the center of the backing. Once you've managed to thread your bobbin threader through the center of your backing, then you should have something that looks a little bit like this. Basically, it's the needle going through the backing. I'm then going to put the end of my fly line through the bobbin threader and pull this whole line all the way through. But before I can do that, I need to first prepare the end of the running line, and that is where once again the needle comes into play. And what you want to do is basically just divide it in half. You'll want to start quite far out, and this can get a little bit tricky, but basically put your needle through and just split up the core of the fly line. And you want to get about a good centimeter, maybe 2. Okay, so once you've sorted out the separation of the 2 threads like that, you'll have it looking something like so. Then you can remove the bigger of the 2, and it'll give you a nice thin little half width of the core. Then you can take your threader, thread the core through there, and thread it right up to where that meeting is of where you made that cut earlier. And then you can simply take your backing and run your core through it, and that'll look something like so. The next step, very simple. Just take your core, put it like so, take the other side, put it like so, and essentially what you get once you've pulled them through one another and pulled them all the way is something that looks like this. As you can see, there's no knot there. What I need to do now, simply pull this in one direction, pull this in the other, and now I have a knotless backing to fly line connection. It really is as simple as that. Now you'll remember that I had the glue. What we're going to do with the glue is quite simple. We're going to take our glue, which looks like that. We're going to once again thread that down, exposing the core that's gone, or the cord that has now gone through the core, if you want to call it that. We're going to dab some glue on that, and quite simply just run it up once and down and up, and that is one side done. And you can pull it tight now if you like so, and then go to the other and do the same. Pull the core, closing it up like that. Take your glue, just put a dab there, and once again just pull. And it's now glued. Once it's glued, you can pull on both ends, being the fly line and the backing, and you can tighten the knot up nicely. And once that's done, we're going to then put 2 nail knots either side using the braid that we mentioned earlier. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a nail knot where these 2 lines meet, that being over here, just a little nail knot, and we're going to do the same on this side where these 2 lines meet. And once again, just a little nail knot, and then we'll cut the tag ends off. I'm then going to pull it tight, and that'll close the core that I've gone through onto the other core, or the backing if you like. And that looks a little bit like this. 6 to 7, no more necessary. That will give you what is commonly known as a nail knot. Nice, eh? You can then take your tag end, pull the core in the opposite direction, cut off said tag end, pull tight, take your nail knot, and once again pull that tight. Once again we're going to clamp onto the core that's inside, and that just helps hold everything nicely in place. And then do the same on the other side. Alright, so this is what the finished knot looks like. Basically the knot's from here to here, it's that long. Inside here I've got underline running through core, and I've got core running through underline. Glued, and then I put 2 nail knots each side, just where I've cut the tag ends of the core off. And that's my solution to those terrible days when you're on the river or the lake and you catch a fish, or you hook a fish rather, with your 5-pound tippet, and he runs you through your backing and your backing knot gets caught in a guide and breaks it off. This will never happen to me again. Looking forward to trying this. And needless to say, every great knot needs a name. You've got the Albright, the nail knot, and so on and so forth. I think we shall call this the torpedo splice. Yeah. Tight lines, ladies and gentlemen. Keep fishing.